Quirky Gems Podcast, Video 2, Face Masks and Individuality. Hi guys, I'm Jem, and welcome to this makeup tutorial that will work best with a face mask. So first of all, we're going to go in with a moisturiser. I'm just using Nivea cream, applying it in the places that I need it the most. I don't use a makeup setting spray or anything really, I just use a moisturiser to prep. Keeping it simple, right? So I usually just go over my T-zone and get ready for the rest of the makeup. Now usually I prep my lips, but I'll be talking about that a little bit further on. So just making sure that everything is moisturised, and so that when I apply the BB cream, it goes on well. Speak of the devil, going in with Garnier BB cream and a sponge applicator. Now this I approach with caution because last time I did this, it went everywhere. My BB cream is temperamental, what can be said. So as I mentioned, like when I applied the moisturiser, I'm just putting it all over the place. This is just to make it a good canvas, I suppose you could say. Just getting in all the nooks and crannies. Great thing is, I'm loving how my skin's been in the summertime. And I don't really want to cover up that much, so this just helps even out skin tone. Making sure I can get the forehead area. Making sure everything looks smooth. Other BB creams are available, but I just really like this natural one from Garnier. So that's that done. We are now going to be going in with some concealer and a concealer brush. Now this to me is very exciting. I usually use a sponge if you've watched my other makeup tutorials here on YouTube. If you're listening via my website, quirkygems.wordpress.com, go ahead and check back on my YouTube and you can see previous makeup tutorials. I just apply this in the places where I feel I need it most. Maybe that need, a little bit discoloration. So my inner eyes. Now this I find fascinating. Look how smooth that is. Really smooth, and it hasn't actually made me come out in a rash, which has really been good, especially if you're like me and you have sensitive skin. So I'm just using it really gently and applying it in a stroking motion. It's really good for exfoliating the skin, but it doesn't make it sore. I'm also hoping to do a makeup tutorial with one of these that you can apply BB cream on, so do make sure to stay tuned for that. Just making sure that the concealer is all covered in so you can't see much. The sponge I was using before, I noticed that it was leaving bits behind, which really isn't ideal. Now, the great thing about applying concealer, making sure there's a bit of BB cream up there, making sure it's all rubbed in. The great thing about this makeup is that if you have to take your face mask off, then at least you do have some makeup underneath. Just going around the eyes. If you're wondering why I'm looking down at this point, it's because my makeup bag is on the side. And it's one of those where nothing is at the surface. Just going in again. Found a little bit that just needs a little bit of attention, using the brush again. I'm really enjoying using this brush. It's a toothbrush makeup brush. It's really smooth. Making sure it's all brushed in. You can actually tell the difference. You can see how smooth and how it's really been rubbed on in. Making sure that all the bits are all rubbed in. I find it easier to put my hair up in a towel after I've washed it, so Madame Doubtfire look. So with this makeup tutorial, we're concentrating on the eyes, because if you're wearing a face mask, your eye's going to pop out. So this colour and this colour is what I'm going to be applying. It's a brand new makeup palette, which I'm kind of really excited to show. It's been ages since I've done a makeup tutorial. Now these I find fascinating. They're what I call little nibs. And I use one side. These are the colours I'm using. Didn't want it too dark, being summer. Wanted the light to bounce off. Now this colour I really like. It's such a natural colour. Closing it down. And just applying it. I take it above my eye crease. You can tell it's just such a smooth colour. I like how natural it looks. See right here, happy bunny. Natural but expressive. And then doing the same with the other side. So with this is what I'm using as my base. I will then be going in with a darker colour, as you can see in just a little while. Make sure it's all covered. Now on this side, the reason why I chose to go with a darker colour before, when I first got the makeup palette, yeah, it didn't work out so well for me. I looked like I had a bruised eye, but hey, makeup's all about playing around, right? So I am just taking it at the corner of my eye, taking it out and under. I really enjoy getting the smoky look, and I'm of the mind that even if it's summer, if you have a style that works for you, then great. And it's not too dark because the base colour is actually quite light. So the colour we went in first of all with is quite light. So it's actually starting to come together now. Going in with the other eye. Now what you can't see on this is that I actually have the window at the corner of the room on my left hand side, so you actually can't see there's a shadow, and when I look into my phone in the recording, it's actually in a shadow because the curtain's closed slightly. So again, just taking it underneath the eye. Can you see how that really pops? And it draws attention to the eyes. Gives it a little bit of colour, but not too out there and bold. Now the face masks that I'm wearing, I have one light pink, which you can see at the beginning of this video, and I also have some medical looking ones. So I wanted to have it expressive, but also that my makeup doesn't look too much. I'm now going in with an eyeliner. As you can tell, I'm really happy about this. So I'm just taking it from the middle of my eye, taking it out, and following the curve of my eye around. This takes a little bit of going. It takes some getting going. It's supposed to be a gel eyeliner, but it's temperamental, much like my makeup bag. So I'm just taking it out and around. Now I find that the eyeliner really brings it close together. It frames it really well. Can you see? Almost there. Doing the same on the other side. Pardon the mirror. As I said, I'm in a shadow here, and I'm just working with what I've got. What can be said? So again, going around the bottom of the eye. And just making sure this eyeliner really takes a little while to get going, but yeah, look at this. Isn't this a great look? Loving it. Now the rest of my makeup is quite light because I didn't want to wear too much because, as I said, it's in the summer. Now going to go in with a mascara. I'm so excited. I really like the finish of using eyeshadow and eyeliner and just going right on in. There you go. Can you see how that frames the eyes? Now, if you have a lighter colour and you have a darker colour, you can totally pull this look off with what other colour you feel. My eyes, as you can see, are dark blue. And I like to have the smoky look. But sometimes I also like to go in with a lighter look. It depends on my mood. So just finishing off with the mascara. This mascara isn't waterproof, but that doesn't bother me all that much. I just think it really brings together the look. That's all done, you can see. Now, if you were to apply a face mask at this point, the eyes would really pop, which I'm really liking. You can be expressive. So, pardon the, the angle. Okay, and now, if you watch my makeup tutorials, you will know this bad boy, which is the Pearly Pink Blusher. Now, as I mentioned, it is summer, and I didn't want my face covered in makeup. So I just wanted a little bit of pop of colour, a sun-kissed glow. I was debating whether or not to put some bronzer on, but I thought I would like some sun to touch my face. God knows we wait so long for it. So I just apply it along my cheekbones. Can you see that? I'm usually quite pale. It's a long running joke, especially if you listen to my podcast, that I'm milk bottle, but I'm vanilla. So now the face mask is going on. Just to give you a little idea, this is what it will look like. Can you see the eyes pop? Now, here's where we're going to break it on down. You take the face mask off, maybe working in an office. Now these I found on eBay. You can probably find them on Amazon as well. I'm now going to apply some moisturiser. We're going again in with the Nivea cream. Now usually I use Vaseline on this, but I had to do a little bit of work on my bike, and so I use Vaseline. I know, what can be said. So I'm just going to go in and moisturise my lips. I have some more Vaseline coming, you know, no dramas. So this is just the prep. Now this is a great look for when you take your face mask off and you just want to show a little bit of lip. As you can tell, my lips actually look so much better. I might just blow you a kiss here as well. Now this is new. I'm really liking the colour. Previous to this lip pencil, I've never really used lip pencils, but this I found and it is really a nice colour. But I use it as a lipstick. So I cover my bottom lip, but I don't cover my top lip. So cover the bottom, make sure it's all in. Now you don't want to cover the top lip because sometimes it can look a bit too much. There you go. I look like a ventriloquist doll. Fish face. Okay. And now I'm going to go, I crack myself up. Now I'm going to go in with some moisturiser. And that gives it like a glossy look. If you have any lip gloss at this point, feel free to apply that. Can you see how the look really comes together? Now, when my hair's dried and styled, it really looks like this is my expression. There you go. A little bit of a kiss. I crack myself up. What can I say? It's a gift. And last but not least, it's sunny outside. It's summer, would you believe it? And so we're going to go in with some sun cream. Now, this really cements the look as well. It adds like a bit of a sheen to it. So just go in. It's strange because it actually can give you a highlighted look, but it's not. It's just an SPF 50. I am light skin, and one thing that you don't need is sunburn, am I right? So you don't need much. That's it. Go on under, make sure that everything is covered. Now, some people choose to use a lesser SPF. It depends on if you want to catch the sun or not. And this is the look. So if you apply your face mask right now, you're good to go. And I hope you enjoyed this. Please do make sure to check out Quirky Gems Podcast at thequirkygem.wordpress.com. This and video 1 are a part of a podcast episode, Face Mask and Individuality.